I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
ABC Spark brings you all new family fun.
This is totally cool.
A world premiere movie event. New bad guys and a new hero.
The only thing to be afraid of in this house is me.
Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. Premieres Sunday at 8. Only on ABC Spark.
Salute. There's another paid request, this time from Andrew Chilton. They do so much for that. If anyone wants to request pretty much any type of video, review, topics, reactions, re-reviews, lists, what have you, you just send a request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now this is for Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist. I would say the last Home Alone film, but they're doing another one, a remake or what, sequel, remake, whatever the fuck it is. Because they gotta. But while this film is not as bad as Home Alone 4, because at least, number one, it has different characters. It doesn't have Kevin McAllister, but then he lost a couple siblings, and then his parents are divorced, but he's not divorced, and it's Kevin McAllister, but he's fucking younger than he was in the first movie. At least you don't have that headache-inducing idiocy. But this is a film, you could tell it's made for TV. I mean, if you watch the film, you can even tell the commercial breaks, you know, fade to black, all that stuff. And this movie just not, it was such an unneeded movie. It was such an unneeded film. Also, they don't even get the Home Alone title anymore, because the kid's never home alone. You're not home alone if your older sister is there. So it's like, do people not get the memo what the fuck Home Alone means? Like, if you're making a Home Alone movie, but you can't even have the kid be home alone, does that defeat the fucking purpose of making the movie in the first place? He's home alone, but he's never home alone. So why is he even called Home Alone? His parents aren't there. That doesn't mean he's home alone. Do you not know what the fuck alone means? Apparently the makers of this film do not know what the fuck alone means. Same with Home Alone 4. The kid wasn't alone either. So he moves with his family. He's got an older sister and two parents. They moved to Maine. And the mom has a new job. This old house, the kid thinks is haunted. But in fact, it was a place that there used to be some bootlegging back in the day, especially in the basement. And 3 people want to break in to get this painting. Because in the basement, there's a hidden bookcase, bookshelf. There's a bookshelf, hidden behind it is a safe, and hidden behind that is another room where this painting's at. Out of the 3 villains, some guy named Eddie Steeples, I don't know who that is. Debi Mazar, I've seen her in some stuff. Batman Forever being one of them. And Malcolm McDowell, yes, Malcolm McDowell from A Clockwork Orange is in Home Alone 5. before I get to that, the acting is not that good. The dad in particular is being a bit over the top of his acting. Granted, the character's trying to be a sweet dad, a nice dad, but the acting's very like almost Disney Channel type of acting. The kids, the kid is. Whenever you see movies like this, it makes you realize more and more what made Macaulay Culkin special. Special as in he had a talent. He was a good kid actor. And whether these kids are not good because of the direction, because of the script, could be both. Or it could be the kid's not a good actor. I don't know the exact reason behind it, but I know the end result, and the end result is not impressive. I mean, okay, almost said Halloween. Home Alone 3, 4, and 5. Sadly, I would probably say the kid in Home Alone 3 is the better actor of the three, even though I'm not a fan of him either. I would say the kid in Home Alone 4 is the worst. And this is the second worst. I mean, the only thing that saves it is, like, okay, there's a cute joke where when he's home alone, even though his older sister's up there, he does, in the mirror, does this with the aftershave, but he doesn't do the scream. He just goes and moves on. That's a cute little joke of, okay, we're not, you think we're going to do the but we're not. But that's a little cute. I'll give you credit. At least you didn't do the fucking scream. Okay, before we get to that, the kid has an overactive imagination. He thinks the place is haunted. He even accidentally gets his dad into a trap with a stun gun and a tent. And granted, at least that's establishing that he makes traps later, because he made a trap here. Some critics say that the mom is bitchy. I can't even say the mom is bitchy. I think just the kids. You have the kid who's always on the video games and will never stay off the video games. And you have the bitchy teen girl who's on her cell phone all the time, like the most typical of cliches. The gamer who always cares about the games, and the girl who's bitchy is always on her cell phone. Granted, there's some truth to that, but... And do you expect anything that witty from Home Alone 5? No, but still. Just lazy, stereotypical cliche shit. And the mom needs to go to this meeting when it's snowing out. The kids want to stay home. They have a fight, so the parents leave to go to the party. And the kids, like, keeps announcing stuff. I don't know if that... Maybe it's supposed to be their callback to the first movie. Because in the first film, Macaulay Culkin was going, Buzz, I'm doing this. You better come out and hit me. You better come out and beat me up. Mom, I'm watching, adult movies. Not adult movies, but the gangster movies. You better come out and ground me. Maybe that's what they're referencing when the kid is going out and going, I broke the lamp. I'm jumping on the sofa. While the shitty version of Deck the Halls is playing. And if that's what they're referencing, that's a very anorexic reference to the first movie. It makes the kid seem like he's an idiot. I broke the lamp. I'm jumping on the sofa. It just makes him irritating more than that. Or you have the suspenseful scene of him changing his batteries on the controller. And when it pops up, instead of you going, no, how about you go up and get your fucking battery when it's rolling down, instead of flailing your hands going, no. Just looks silly. Again, the makers don't realize what the fuck Home Alone means when he's not home alone. One thing leads to another. Him and the sister go down. They find the hidden room. The sis just locked in the safe. The kid can't get her out. At one point, he's playing the video game and he talks. He doesn't realize she's in the safe yet. He's playing the game and he's talking to a gamer, and like the movie just wants to go like, gamer, it almost wants to say you're a fucking loser if you're a gamer. You're a fucking loser. Why? Because he talks about how, yeah, you know, to get good, you gotta play 18 hours a day. And the guy's like fat, he's got a beard. Well, right, I mean, just because we have a beard don't mean... The actor isn't that bad. It's just what he's given is that, I don't have money to go home, so I'm just going to stay here. And even the kids, like, trying to lecture him. You know, like my dad once said, sometimes you gotta get out of the house, buddy. I would, but I was told I can't because there's a certain fucking pandemic. I'm not allowed to go out. So, but anyway. Well, you're alone, so it's not really Christmas. I'll keep you company. The idea, I'll keep you company, I don't mind that bit. Cause like, okay, this kid seems like a nice kid, but then later on it's like, you know, sometimes they say get out of the house, buddy. Great, so a 10-year-old or whatever is lecturing this college guy, who they like make it seem as if he's such a loser. I don't know. I mean, that might be some. I'm putting a bit too much into it, but anyway, the three, Malcolm McDowell, them try to break in. The kid sets up traps. The way they set up the traps was weird because it makes it look as if the kid cloned himself, because the camera's panning. He's doing something here, then there's another version of him right next to him, and there's another version over here, as trying to do an all one shot. I get this trying to be a very artistic shot, but it just may seem as if, did he clone himself? Oh no, it's showing that he's doing all these things, but it's just a weird shot. I mean, I get that you try to be artistic, but I don't know. You know, the dialogue, like the gamer says, wait, there's actually crooks there's people trying to get in your house? You gotta call the cops, or your parents, or you gotta call Jack Bauer. Whatever. Yeah, call Jack Bauer to help me out. I watch bullshit movies like this. So, the thing with Malcolm McDowell and Debi Mazar and Eddie Steeples, they don't have the comic timing that, say, Joe Pesci or Daniel Stern. One of the reasons they made it funny is that they had the comedy particular reactions to getting hurt, doing through all this, that made those scenes funny. And then the right amount of editing and the way it's shot and the actual traps. Here the traps seem cheap. Or, you know what? Like, at one point, the guy, Eddie Steeple, he eats some cookies, then he drinks some milk, then he turns on the faucet, the sink, and like bubbles, foam splashes his face. Although it doesn't seem like his mouth is all that messed up anymore. There's a point in the garage, he traps a guy, and the guy could move to the left or right, but he just decides to stay there in the middle while this like lawnmower thing, it sets up these marbles to start hitting him and the garage door. I'm like, it's this big. Why don't you move? Like, it took forever for it to get there. You could move. While you didn't hit, you could move. But he just decides to stay there and take it, I guess. He's an idiot. Malcolm McDowell, he gets wrapped up in Christmas paper, pushed down the stairs. But the gamer is trying to call the mom, and the mom assumes that, you have my kid? Did you kidnap my kid? So somehow the mom knows who this guy is, calls the SWAT team on him. Guy just pepper sprayed in the face. Meanwhile, the kid gets caught. This little girl who's next door has been trying to talk to the kid, and the kid says all these crazy things, and the girl's like, okay. She throws snowballs at Debi Mazar. Meanwhile, the gamer and the SWAT are eating fucking Chinese takeout, and I forget why there's a fucking camera in the basement of the kid's house. I forget where that camera came from, because they're watching that as the bad guys are getting into the safe, into that room. And Dr. McDowell even says, hey, we want the painting, we'll go. We want the painting, we'll go. Just move. And for some reason the girl's like, no, you can't have the painting. Just give him the fucking painting. You don't even know what the fuck the painting is. And Dr. McDowell even says something like, this belonged to my great-grandmother or great-grandfather, and so it belongs to me. I'm like, well, if that's the case, fine, take it. But then, they get locked in the safe, and cops come, everything's fine. The mom and the kid, they buy the gamer a ticket to fly home to see his parents. And, they buy him games to play, but then the kid's like, nah, I'm gonna go out and, ski with the girl next door. I don't know where I'm going with this review. It's not as god-awful as Home Alone 4. I probably would... It's such a forgettable, lame TV movie that this only got released because of the title. If without the title, no one would remember, think, talk, or review about this movie. Case in point. Dr. McDowell is lowering himself more and more. This is a guy who's a good actor. Stuck doing the Home Alone 5 type of movies. The crooks don't have any sense of the comic timing that Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci had in the first two Home Alone films. The traps, because of the lack of budget or the filmmaker, whatever, just don't really have much of a kick to them. Gives a shit about the story, gives a shit about the characters, nothing. And is it funny? No. What am I really supposed to get out of this? It's a lame duck fuck of a movie. I don't know what else to say, man. For some reason, this felt like a shitty episode of a TV show, in a weird way. Granted, that's not far off as a TV movie. Such an unneeded movie. Unneeded film. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.